Hello? Can you hear me? Let's see if this thing is working. Hello? Can you hear me? I don't think it's working. We're gonna try anyway. If it doesn't work out, bear with me. Hello? Hello? Well, I guess we'll try it without it. We'll see what happens. Alright. Can you hear me today? I'm trying different things here to make the quality better. Finally have a new laptop coming. But anyway, we'll figure that out another day. So let me get rid of a few things. I'm sorry I'm late, but work calls, work comes. Again, my name's Christina, and I work with a reputable company. I work doing taxes. This is my off season, and I thought it would help. This is why I'm here. I believe the last class we had, we were working on 3 scenarios. We were working on Jade Smith. Let me get comfortable. I need a bigger office. We're working on Jade Smith. Let's get right to it today. Jade Smith worked as a cashier. She made $38,000. Could she itemize? Well, did I say she had anything else? Does she have 5,000 in charitable contributions, IRAs, 401ks, anything else? No. I said she worked as a cashier. She made $38,000. So could she itemize? No, because I didn't say that. The question didn't ask that. So no, she can't itemize. She only made $38,000. Remember? So she doesn't have any 401k. She doesn't have any of that. So my next question, and I'll write the answers to these on my Facebook. I know a lot of you guys have been tuning in. Keep following. I have to have at least 10 people to actually have a Facebook page. The rest of you can follow. Good morning to you too. Let me type that in. I know I forgot. I'm getting better and getting over the whole virtual shop thing. Rick Porter, remember him? He's retired and he claims Social Security. He is 60. He's over that 59 and a half. Remember the 59 and a half rule, right? If you're under 59 and a half and do anything with your Social Security, it varies. So let's do, he's 60 years old. Could he itemize? He only made $17,000. That's all he's claiming. Can he even file his taxes? That we're going to get into with the 401k and Social Security a little bit today. Let's move on to the next one. Layla Duty. She's an Uber driver or Lyft driver. What does she file with the 1040 and why? So one of the big things with Uber, Lyft, and all of that, and we discussed that last week. One of the big things was Schedule C, Schedule D's, where you put it on. The fact that she's a Lyft driver and stuff should tell you where it belongs. But let's assume she's got expenses that goes along with that. She's got mileage. She has fuel, food, whatever the job contains that goes with the expenses that she has will roll over into that Schedule D. And most software will tell you. where it rolls. But be careful, because that in itself sometimes can be filed on a Schedule C. That's where a lot of it gets mixed up. The Schedule C, take a look at it, print it, know what's on it. Schedule D is for expenses and stuff like that. In your first year, you're not going to really understand a lot of this, that, and that. But there will be some questions related to your ITC test on both. So, it doesn't hurt to take a look. It doesn't hurt to see where it's going. So, also, I wanted to talk about 401k. I want to get into that a little bit more today. Let me move that out of the way. Like I said, I need a bigger desk area. So, for 401k, what are 401ks? What should be in your 401ks? When is the right time to roll over 401k? Let me look up. What should you be investing in? What are the greatest risk of retirement investments? And how can we help with that? So I'm going to go right to, what is a 401k? A 401k is a retirement vehicle typically set up by employers for their employers. Did I say that right? No. It's typically set up by employers for their employees. Many employers encourage employees to save by matching their contributions over time. So say, like, if you're working for a company, a big company, let's just throw it out there. You're working for Amazon or a little grocery store or this or that. You're going to have 401ks. The traditional, let me keep reading here with my glasses on. 401k contributions and earnings are not taxed until money is withdrawn. The advantage is a larger amount of money. Remember, no taxes were taken out. Can grow and compound over time because taxes are deferred. Your reportable earned income is less for the year you make a contribution. Yeah, I'm reading this because I wrote all this down. Now we're going to skip. We're going to go from a traditional 401k, Roth 401k. When you have a Roth 401k, you pay ordinary income tax on the contribution before you put the money in. Then, when you're eligible to take the money out, there's that age thing, 59 and a half, you pay no taxes. Those who prefer the Roth alternative may like knowing that whatever they take out in theirs is tax free. So which 401k, make sure you read the definition between traditional and Roth, because they are separate. So let's go to withdrawals. Withdrawing money early. Is there a penalty? Yeah. Extreme financial circumstances, hardship withdrawals. So in a pandemic, there's going to be hardship withdrawals from IRS. People not being able to find work, people looking for work looking for people. There's going to be a penalty. The penalty is subject to 10%. Now, this may change. Like I said, Biden and Congress keeps flipping stuff around. So let's assume he does change it. The early with penalty end at age what? Can you tell me? I just told you. Yep, that's right, Terry, 59 and a half. Terry, you're going to slam this thing if you keep listening. Contribution amounts, incentives, and more. It's all here. As of 2021, the maximum yearly contribution to a tradition or Roth 401k is $19,500. This amount has and probably will continue to be adjusted for inflation. Now, the IRS also allows for catch-up contributions. These are available only to investors over 50 and for 2021. Allow for an extra $6,500 a year in tax deferred contribution. But they don't allow you to put more money into your account if you are over 50, if possible. And we'll get into that further. I just kind of want to put it out there. Mutual funds, trying to time the market, investments, what you're putting your considerations you should explore. Mutual funds. I know you're learning about those as well. That'll be something we'll continue with. In fact, I'll mark that on there. Because now that we're talking about 401ks, I want you to learn as much about how to invest and how to make that 401k in an investment for you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a hypothetical growth of $1 million invested in 25 years. So U.S. stocks, you're looking at maybe 1,100, 383, 554 as a round number. Average stock fund investor, 6,518. U.S. bonds, 3,530. Average bond fund investor, 1,610. IRA and individual retirement accounts. Classes such as individual stocks. That's where your growth is starting to come in. Is there a right time to roll over your 401k? For most people, the right time to roll it over is generally when you retire or leave your employer. You can contribute to a new 401 and roll that 401 into the new one. But make sure the new employer that you work for has 401k. There are some employers now who don't have it. We're tending to lose a lot of this stuff because of the new hiring and people working and the mandates, and it's getting crazy. When should you start taking withdrawals? For many, the goal of building a retirement portfolio is to provide income when you stop working. A good practice may be to take more than 5% in a given year. Cover cash flow more extremely, we'll get to that. But in any given year, best practice is 5%. Let it roll over. Invest that money and get ready for your retirement. Required minimum distributions. And what should you be? We're going to get into all this later. This is a bit much for beginners. So I want to go a little bit out of my boundary here. Because like I said, I'm a level 3, working on my level 4. You're about to become a level 1. So a lot of this you will learn as you go. The IRA is basically traditional and Roth. And there are some more. There's 403B. There's a couple other ones that we'll get to eventually. Some of this you're not ready for. Let's move on. Benchmark reinvestment interest. You're not ready for. Let's move on. So let's move on to, from the moment you become a client, any company will put you first. It doesn't matter which investor, which CPA, which 401k, they're going to put you first. Because without you investing and watching it be invested, I'm not really sure how that works. So we're going to figure that out, and I'm going to figure out my new headphones so that way I can have more movement and actually talk to you more one-on-one, and I don't look like a deer cut off in headlights. But the 401k, there's so much to IRAs. Don't worry about learning it all. Learn the basics. Like I said, learn which ones there are. We started off with traditional and Roth. So move on. Move on to SEP. Move on to simple. There's 403B. I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple. I'm actually going to go back and rewrite some down and put it on my Facebook page. There are tons of 401ks out there and tons of IRA tips that can help you. This is not going to be a long video today. Like I said, I apologize for not being here tomorrow, but I am working 2 jobs, and my one job is starting to interfere with this one, and my other job is starting to interfere. So I try to do it when I can. And I'm trying to update some of my equipment so I don't look like I'm 100 years old. And my laptop is like 100 years old, so we can actually communicate and talk a little better. So again, I put these, the 3 scenarios, Jade Smith, Rick Porter, and Layla Duty, on my Facebook page. Scenarios for beginners ITC is to learn the client. If you are a client and you walk into somebody's office, no matter what they sell, say like they sell insurance, they're going to ask you what your do's and don'ts are. Same thing as a tax pro. When you're talking to a tax professional or the tax professional's talking to the client, you need to remember as you're putting it in. The scenarios are to set that off. Jade Smith worked as a cashier. She made $38,000. Okay, that's her thing. So you need to figure out the rest. That's what would be her wages on a W-2 on 1040. The could she itemize I put there because some of your scenario tests and scenes in your scenarios are going to throw things at you that don't belong to see if you can actually learn the client. So remember, if Rick Porter came in, he's retired, claimed $17,000, he's on Social Security, he's 60, and I put on there, could he itemize? Well, technically, he made under his amount. I believe in 2020 it was 20,000. I'm not sure. I'll check on that, but I believe it was 20,000 somewhere in there. Now he can file it because of the stimulus. It would charge him more to file it because it's Social Security. It's not a plain 1040, and that's another thing. Every reputable company has prices per what they file. You may go in with a regular W-2 up to 3 of them, 4 of them, some companies, and it's only a certain tight amount. But you start adding Social Security, 4 years. I haven't filed my taxes for 4 years, 5 years. That's going to build. That's going to build. That's a certain amount every year according to the year. So say like Mr. Porter, who's retired, has 17,000. Does he have to claim that all? He got a stimulus is already through Social Security. He's under the minimum amount. No. Look at the scenario. That was my biggest. I hated scenario. I'm kidding you not. I could learn passive income, kitty tax, Schedule C's, all the other stuff. But I get to the scenarios and I would freeze. I'm like, why is this so complicated? And it doesn't have to be. Break the sentence down. Don't just go, well, Rick Porter's retired and claims 17,000. He's on Social Security, 60. Could he itemize? Don't sit there and think about him itemizing before you read the sentence because he only made 17,000 in everything. It stops there. That was just his Social Security amount. That's it. I don't got him down as investments. I don't have him as 401k. I don't have him as mutual funds, investment funds, depreciation, cars, anything. Cash, any kind of charity, nothing. 17,000 is all I said. So no, he could not itemize. So the thing is, once you take away the itemize and read the question, then you've got it. Rick Porter is retired and claims Social Security. He's 60. He claims $17,000. Pays 59 and a half, so he's over the minimal. So no. But if he pulls money out of it, then we're talking a whole different story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys decide, because we're still going to do, I'm going to pull up all the IRAs and we're going to talk about that. But I also want to talk about what it means to be a tax pro to a client. I want to bring that up because without the clients, we don't have a job. And there are days that I was so frustrated, I literally went home in tears. The clients were just horrible. And it's like, we're doing a job as well. As a professional tax pro and as a person who works for a reputable company, we have bad days just like everybody else. But, we're not immortal because we do taxes. Terry, stop. But we are, yes, James, we are human beings, just like the cashier, just like the doctor, just like the car wash person. I mean, you go in to get your car washed. You don't sit and scream at them or yell at them or make them feel uncomfortable. If you want your tax pro to be at their best, treat them their best. Treat the person as you would want to be treated, whether you're the tax pro or you're the client or you're an insurance person, a real estate person. You go in and talk to a real estate person the way you do tax pros. Seriously, do you think that tax pro is going to want you at their desk next year? I doubt it. But remember, for every one bad client, no matter what you do, there are 100 good clients who's got your back. Always. Always got your back. All right. So that's going to be our episode today, and I will not be back till Tuesday. I am running so far behind. Like I said, I'm trying to get my equipment to work. I thought I had it working. Apparently not. So once I get the equipment up, maybe I'll have more lighting and stuff going on. So we'll see. You guys have a good day. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.